Asanteni sana, nipo salama, Mungu ni mwema. Na kesho nitachukua muda niwashukuru vizuri. Naomba niwashukuru watu wa Kenya, watu wa Tanzania and all the international people. Specific shout out to the people who are the Man Nation, because today I have been sent.
That were abducted, and now there's only one left that has since not been released, and we're also still asking the IG to ensure that this last individual is set free. And also what is coming out that at this country we are sending a warning that we will not allow our country to be used as a haven for picking up individuals. This is a country that respects the rule of law, that respects human rights. The head of state has come out clearly stating that this is a country that will defend human rights. And in tandem with that, we ask the police to also be swift to investigate what happened. We know what happened the last time in Beside's case, and we do not want to see anything happening again in this country. We want our neighbors to be assured that Kenya is a country that you can peacefully come and enjoy your rights. You can stay as long as you do not break the law. And this is a warning that we will not allow our neighbors to think that this is a haven that can be individual traffic the way they want. We have a constitution, we are signatories to international conventions that prevent such occurrences from taking place. And so we hope, and it is our plea that the IG will take this matter seriously, we will investigate and be able to give Kenyans answers. We do not want to see a repeat case of this happening again in our country. The husband is here, and he can now share the ordeal of what happened and a clear delineation of the events that occurred until the moment that Maria was released. She's safe for now, but she's quite shaken. I allow the husband to share.
Good evening. My name is David Tsehai. I'm Maria Tsehai's husband. And I just had the worst afternoon of my life. Maria sent me a message at around 3 p.m. saying she's leaving the saloon to come home. At around 3:30, because she didn't get home, I decided to come here. And when I got here, the askaris in front of the gate told me that 3 armed men kidnapped Maria right here when she was trying to get into Nairobi. I have to tell you, it was the scariest moment of my life. I didn't know what's going to happen, whether they're going to kill her, whether they're going to take her back to Tanzania. Anyway, I contacted a few people. I cannot list all the people who helped Faith here, everybody on internet, everybody who made calls. Thank you for your help. I know that they released her because of the pressure that was applied by friends, by well-wishers, by people who respect democracy and human rights and media freedom, the way Maria respects and loves and fights for these rights. It is not the first time this has happened. 4 years ago, the government of Magufuli shut down our media house in Tanzania on frivolous charges, and then a warrant was issued for Maria's arrest. That's when we decided to flee the country, and eventually we moved here to Kenya, to Nairobi. We set up a small media house and continued our media activity. And Maria continued her activism, primarily focused on Tanzania, on the government of Samia Suluhu Hassan, the tyranny, the lack of rule of law, the lack of respect for human rights, and that lack of respect has come here. There is no doubt in my mind that this is the thugs of Tanzania Information and Security Services who are behind this. Not any doubt at all. Whether Kenyans are involved or not is, for me, secondary. The primary is that the thugs in Tanzania thought that they can come here and bring their lawlessness and their tyranny here. Well, we are here. We had to run away 4 years ago, and we survived that. Now we are here, and we will survive this thanks to all of you, and thanks to everybody else out there who applied pressure. Thank you very much.
Roland Ebola is my name. I'm regional researcher at Amnesty International. I cover Uganda and Tanzania. We got information about the abduction of Maria Tsehai, who is a media editor, media owner, and also a human rights defender. Maria was abducted at around 3:15 p.m. This afternoon around Chaka Place, where she was taken in by three pistol-wielding men when she was going to a Uproar. She was then taken to, she was blindfolded in a hoodie and mistreated, handcuffed. At some point, one of the men that had abducted her, as she reported, sat on her face, and all the time she mentioned that she tried to put a fight as they drove her around town. What I would want to say is that whatever happened in as far as this kind of an abduction happening during the day, broad daylight in an afternoon, shows a continuation of transactional repression that is happening on Kenyan soil. You would remember last year 4 Turkish citizens were abducted and irregularly extradited back to their country. What happened to Kiza Besigye, and forced to go back to to go to Kampala, where he's being tried in a military court, and now whatever is actually happening here. If investigation is not fully done, then this will really be an indictment on the Kenyan government in as far as facilitating this. This constitutes what we've seen as enforced disappearance, cases that have happened in Kenya whereby critics of government have been abducted and somehow harassed, and we've seen a lot of this also happening in our neighboring country. Tanzania is going into an election this year. We have seen a wave of abductions happening, a wave of enforced disappearances. Amnesty International has documented a case whereby 4 people are still missing in Tanzania, and these are government critics. So we are actually calling on an end to this practice in the region, and an end to Kenya facilitating some of these human rights violations. Kenya has a seat on the UN Human Rights Council and has got a very important place and a stage to actually show leadership in as far as respect for human rights is concerned. Kenya is said to actually be one of the third largest hub hosting UN offices in the world, and if this practice continues, then it will really have interfered with Kenya's position in as far